welcome to this video. Today I'm going to show you how to create a C++ file in CodeBlocks, and I'm also going to introduce C++ programming in this video. So if you have not downloaded CodeBlocks yet, just go to Google and type CodeBlocks and select the first link and download, install, and get ready for this video. Okay, so now we are going to create a C++ file. Just go to new files, select file, and then select the C/C++, and make sure here you select the C++, not the C. Then you click on next. You check for the path. So here I'm just going to this my C++ projects. So I'll just put the C++ here, and I'll call the file. Let me just call the file my first C++. So I'll call the file my first C++. Save that. I will not add to any project and finish. So I'm done. This is the C++ file saved to this directory. So if you go here, this is the C++ file. Now it is empty, so we just have to type in C. So now for the second part of this video, where I'm going to show you how to type C++ programs. That's introduce you to C++. So it's, if you know C language, it's basically the same thing, just that the syntax is a little bit different. So now we have IOStream instead of include stdio, then int main void. You open your set your curly brackets, and then now we are going to type in let's say a simple program that will do the sum of two numbers. That's just the basics. First of all, we are going to start learning some functions, like the standard functions. We have some functions. So to access, you do std dot cout, sorry. So this is just like the print in C programming. Here you prompt the user output, you display output on the screen. So let's go. So cout, then two less than signs. The Now you can pass in the information you want to send out, like for example, our first message, let's print the hello world message, and then we simply end with a semicolon, and that's it. So if I build this, we are going to notice that there's no error for now. Then run this, you see hello world. So that's it. Now we know how to prompt. So as I said, I'll introduce you to C++. So instead of this hello world, I'll just change this text to enter first number. So we are going to go on our initial code. That will be the sum of two numbers. Enter first number, then on the second line, now we are going to use a function similar to the scanf function in C. If you are familiar with C programming, that's cin, meaning you get input from the user. Okay, So see in now with a greater sign, greater than sign, input, you get the input from the user. But here we don't have a variable to store that input. So we need a variable in this case. And in that case, you come back to the first line, and our variable is of type integer. So you just type int for integer number one. I could just call this num1, but to be more explicit, let me give a full name, number one, then semicolon, and then the user input will actually go to this number one. So the user input will be equals to number one, will be affected to number one, the variable number one. Then now, okay, we get the first number, we can just repeat this step for the second number. I'll copy this, paste it, and then change this number one to number two, first number to secondo number, and then the number one to number two. Okay, so as you can see, this is the code for number one, number two. Okay, so now to do the sum of the two numbers, we need another variable. I'll just give it an int type. I'll call this variable sum. Int sum of sum will be equals to number, the first number plus number two, the second number. Now semicolon to end this, and we simply have to see out our sum. So SCD and see out, then see out, then we're going to print. We could still print the sum of the two numbers is, so I'm going to print sum of, then you do this semi double sum of number one, the sum of, okay, so number one and number two is, simply sum. Okay, so this is it. This is the program simple code for doing this in C++. So I'll run this and we are going to see if this code actually works perfectly. Okay, so we have a problem. Oh, the sum. I'm sure this code is going to work perfectly well. Now I'm going to run this code after building. Oh, what's happening? Run. trying to run this. Okay, so it's working. I'll take the first number to be 45, then the second number to be 15. Okay, so as you can see, our sum function, our code, our program for sum of two numbers is working perfectly well. And now you know the basics in C++. That's like the introduction in C++. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video where I'm going to show more on this C++ and even creating functions in C++. So watch the next video, subscribe and like. May God be your guide. Thank you for watching. Bye and see you in the next one.